you have an accent yet? Jeez, you got the kid on already.
Oh, mate, stop it. I don't have an accent, but I can already hear myself saying some of the words that I've heard. So there definitely will be an accent pending. Maybe give it 4 days more. Nothing too much. But
4 days. You're going to have to make one of those videos. It's like first day in New Zealand as SC coach. Second day.
Yeah. Actually, that...
Third day in New Zealand, bro.
That's a good... I'm writing it down. That's a good video.
Yeah. It's helping you with content.
I know.
Welcome back to the Real Sports Science Podcast. Matt, if you've missed it, is in New Zealand. When did you get there?
So I arrived here Thursday night. It is now Saturday. A long old trip. Funny enough, I was sat in between two large people, I'd say, and I didn't ask them our way or nay question. I just thought, it's 10 hours. It's going to be a long flight. There's no point. So I went to sleep, and I got 2 hours worth of sleep. That's it.
You had 10 hours. You had 2 hours to educate them, man. 10 hours to educate them.
I know. And then the flight was nice. Food was all right, decent. Landed, got picked up in a nice Ford Ranger. Loved it. Love that car. That's going to be my new S&C car that I'm going to have. There's so much room in the back for all the equipment. I love it.
You're gonna have to tell Seb that the van's going.
The van's going. You got to have TJ's Ford Ranger 2018 model at least. But yeah, if you hear any extra noise, you probably won't. Someone's just scored a goal.
I heard that.
Did you hear that? Yeah. So next to me, I don't know if you know, but I'm living right next to the FMG stadium, the Waikato Chiefs stadium, and essentially there's the World Cup, FIFA Women's World Cup's being played there. So I have just constant noise right now. I'm going to go watch Sweden versus Argentina. That should be a good game.
That's
I'll be watching some other games. Also, apparently they're giving some tickets out for free, so I might just walk over and be like, "Are you a resident of New Zealand?" "Yeah, bro, please." That's South African, actually. I'll be like, "Yes, yes, I am." Just right there. That's.
Well, you got all the stash on, so.
Yeah, true. They'll, but yeah, no, it's got picked up. Had a nice hour drive from Auckland to Waikato, Hamilton, and yeah, caught up on some sleep. I felt ill. I got ill. So the first impression, right? I arrive at the club and I'm sniffling, right? So that was not good. But I had 10 hours worth of sleep last night, so I'm rested. I'm feeling better.
So you're feeling good now. You're feeling good.
Yeah.
That's hilarious,
mate.
That's hilarious.
It's not looking good. You know what? First impressions, by the way, do matter. So we're loading back up. So after Thursday, I arrived around 12:21, and then I went straight to training after at like 4-5ish. So pretty full on day. We arrived, took out all the equipment from the bloke's car, and then put it all back in after training. I saw the likes of Anton Leonard-Brown. All these players, I could name them, but all these great All Black players and great Chiefs players rock up. I'm like, whoa, this is hectic. Whoa, we're doing like drills that I've already noted down in my notebook that I'm going to definitely take back to TJ's. Just the way they move, the speed, the power, the line out, snappy. Anyways, training finishes and I'm getting tired.
It's next level.
I haven't slept for 2 hours and I'm stood there. It's quite cold. It's like 12 degrees and I'm falling asleep. I'm like literally like, whoa. This is like I'm stood up and I'm nearly falling asleep. I'm like, geez, hey, I'm tired. Anyways, we're loading up the van. Not the van. We're loading up the truck. And I see a Ford Mustang parked next to us. And I'm like, oh, geez, whose car is that? He goes, oh, Quinn's. I was like, oh, fair. And then the bloke Quinn gets into his Mustang and drives off. I go, so what does he do for a job? He goes, well, he's an All Blacks player. Sick. Nice one, Matt. So then, next day he told Quinn what I said, and then Quinn walked over and introduced himself to me and went, hi mate, Quinn. I was like, oh yeah, geez, eh.
Yeah, that is hilarious. What does he do that he can have that car? He plays for the All Blacks. They get it.
Yeah. I was like, me too actually. Yeah, me too. That's quite
unreal.
Good.
That's jokes though. It sounded like he took it really funny, like as a funny thing though.
Mate.
And it's hilarious. He told Quinn, and then Quinn came up to you and introduced him. That's unbelievable. So was that the first day with the team?
Yeah. First day, nice cold.
First day with the team.
Then the next day was a gym session.
Oh, that gym, by the way, looks
nice, eh?
Sick.
They've got force plates. They've got Nordic machines, right? Nord boards. They've got like a dynamometer, like where they test like neck, isometric stuff, ISO mid thigh pulls. They've got all the equipment essentially. The
Do they have
speakers were on show.
Do they have an isokinetic dynamometer? Is that what you mean, or
Yeah, that thing.
like
No,
the
wait.
one that moves, or
No,
like
no,
it
no, no,
can
no,
move?
no. They don't. No.
Oh, okay.
No, I
That's
don't
so
think
much
so.
better.
But
That's sick though.
then they've got
Yeah,
like
Go
the
ahead.
speakers, mate, tunes. They got like boxing equipment up there. They got like a whole matted area for like little contact prep. They've got a strength and conditioning record. So yeah, a lot of the boys are strong. I'll say that. Liam Messam came up to me and introduced himself. Liam Messam is also an all-time All Black great. He was like this. Oh, hi, Liam. I was like, I know who you are. This is crazy. So that was quite
And he
special.
plays for Waikato Chiefs.
Used to.
Used to.
But very strong boy. Units.
So what does he do now?
I'm not sure. But gyms at the club. It could just help out.
Just has a lifetime memby there now.
Yeah. The artwork's
That's
sick though on the
unbelievable.
inside, isn't it?
Say
The
that again.
artwork is so nice. The whole
it's
Chiefs background. It looks so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's unbelievable. So you've been there like what, 2 full days with the team?
Yeah, and then today, currently is Saturday, game day. It was sort of like all the teams that make up the Super Rugby team, the Chiefs, had like, there were 4 teams there. So Bay of Plenty, County, Taranaki and Waikato were all playing in like a round robin sort of thing. So we played 2 games each for this one cup. 25-minute halves, stranger setup, but yeah, it was really good. Lost the first game, won the second game, but yeah, it was great bits of rugby. Holy smokes, rapid. Yeah.
You're just in your element now. You're not coming
mate,
back.
Running the waters on felt so good. I was like, geez, this is like
Were you actually?
Yeah, bro.
Were you actually?
Yeah, running the water. There's so much pressure, I can't lie. A lot of pressure. I was like,
Yeah. Was it slow motion as you're running out? You're like,
just the GoPro in hand. Nah, not yet. But yeah,
it's
no,
like,
it's
bro, hurry up.
yeah.
So you think it's slow motion, but it's actually just not, and you're just running really slowly.
It's just it's really surreal. So far, not much S&C done per se. It's just getting to grips with everything. So like filling up the waters, running the waters on, just cleaning up after getting the cones. So just all that stuff.
Unreal though, isn't it? Like, I'm sure you'll do a lot of S&C stuff, but I'm sure most of the stuff, a lot of it that you'll learn will be like not S&C specifically related. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm like
the first day you having like all time greats come just chat to you and come up and introduce themselves. That's unbelievable.
That's one thing.
So they already
the
know
boys
who you are. Like,
have all come up to me and just introduced themselves to me. You know,
Really?
like they all of them. So it's like it's really nice and slowly. I'll tell you, actually, this will be in my heart. I kind of like this. I'll be dreaming about this tonight. So so our first game, all the boys got the jerseys on. Jerseys were looking, really nice. And they're running out the tunnel, and the tunnel onto the pitch. And a lot of the boys went, but the first team went out. But like a lot of the main first team players were like reserved, so they hadn't got changed yet. So they were on the subs for this first game, right? So like Quinn, the likes of Quinn, Cortez, like all these Chiefs players and All Blacks players, right? And I had to peer around, and then they're all standing there like, oh, as the main boys run out, went, way. And then I had to look around, and they were like, oh. And I was just like, oh, for me? Is that for me? So I had the waters, and then I go like this, oh, I run through, and I'm just getting smacked, way, running by them like this, yeah,
No
with the waters. I was loving it, dude. I was like, yes.
That is
So, yeah.
hilarious. Oh, dude, that's
and slowly,
unreal.
yeah, like first I was just quiet, but slowly getting to know all the lads and open up a bit. So yeah, and then next they got the Stat Sports GPS pods, which are like $1,000 a pop each GPS. So it tracks live data. So when speaking to Alex Hart, our recent guest, I'll definitely be looking at all of the GPS data. So hopefully next week, once like a full preseason like week gets ahead, and we have the majority of the other boys. So we've got under 20 All Blacks players who are still on their rest weeks coming back next week, as well as like some Chiefs boys. So yeah, we're still not a full squad. But
imagine if Alex ends up coming out there while you're there. That'd be hilarious. Like if they had some issue with the Stat Sports or something.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
That would be sick. But
That'd
yeah,
be funny.
nice. It's all looking good.
Oh man, that's unbelievable. Wow.
Yeah. So it's only the
Yeah,
start.
no, that's really really cool.
And I got this little puppy that I'm going to be trying to use to pump out some better content from my side of things. So yeah, should mate, it's tiny. Look at it. So cool. Little spy camera.
No, that's sweet. Yeah, that'll be sick to just see what you're doing, and I guess over the next 3 months, just learn what you're doing. Speaking of the summer, we haven't even introduced this podcast. Episode 42. Episode 42 of the Real Sports Science Podcast. I'm David. He's Matt. Matt's currently in Hamilton, New Zealand for 3 months. Tell us just quickly, if people have missed, what are you doing there? What do you hope to get out of it?
So I'm over here with the Waikato Chiefs for the NPC bunning season. I'll be shadowing the SNC coaches that are here and seeing how professional rugby players, what a setup looks like, how it differs from what I'm used to, what SNC insights I can get from there and take back and gain.
Nice.
Knowledge-wise.
Yeah. And it sounds like the first 2.5 days just have been absolutely unreal.
Mate, I got to get back to work on other stuff though. I've still got so much admin of my own things that I need to get used to. I'm way behind on that, especially this podcast.
You can't forget to. That's hilarious. No, that's unbelievable. What were you gonna say something? Oh no! I was gonna say something. Summer plans. What are you gonna say? No, I was gonna say summer plans. We're changing up over the summer. Obviously, we didn't put out a podcast last week, and we're gonna stick to that. We're gonna go podcast every other week over the summer. Obviously, time difference is gonna make it a bit more tricky. Also, we're busy at the minute over the summer. You know, you're in New Zealand. I've got data collection. I'm going to Canada for a couple weeks. So next few months, we're gonna go every other weekend just to give ourselves a little bit of a break. But also, hopefully that means that we got some time to put out some more content of what I'm doing, which is pretty much the same every day, so not that exciting, but especially what Matt's doing. So hopefully you'll be able to put out some nice content for us to show us what you're doing, what you're learning.
Hopefully. Each weekend will be like a new. Well, like one weekend will be. One weekend will be. See, I'm learning. One weekend will be like a podcast. Then, one Tuesday will be a podcast. Another Tuesday will be maybe like a day in the life. Yeah. No, so just keep your eyes peeled. No Tuesday will be the same in a sense.
No Tuesday will be the same. Yeah, and then we'll see. Maybe we're kind of thinking in the fall. Maybe we can. The autumn, for any British listeners who don't know what the fall is. Maybe we can get some sort of series going. We talked about that briefly. About maybe like what was the topic that you brought up? Wintering, or like how to do a good off season or structuring an off season. So maybe we'll be looking into how to do that to kind of bring out a series of podcasts over kind of the same topics. Hopefully over the summer as well, we got some cool guests lined up as well. So hopefully we'll get them in as well. So see what happens there. But
it should be a pretty full on time over here on this podcast. It's exciting times really. So this will be like the first catch up as we plan on doing, and then bits and pieces of our lives, and then more little wintering ideas, maybe more topics for you guys, for you athletes or for you coaches or practitioners to sort of listen on and gain knowledge from, or feed in information back to us. But
Speaking of experiences, I saw that last night you had your first whatever it was called.
Oh, hanging.
It was the food. Yeah. What is that?
Hangy? So a hangy, hangy is like basically the way it's a tradition or a way to experience Maori culture where they cook the food using heated rocks buried in like a pit oven, like underground. So if you search it, it will come up with like videos or pictures of people cooking like meats, foods underneath the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's pretty cool, and yeah, it was a nice little bit of food. To be fair, the bread, fire bread, I think it's called. Let me
Oh.
search it
How
up.
do you spell it? Hangy?
Hangi.
Ah.
But yeah, the fire bread was nice. Yeah, loved it. To be fair, I'm excited
Oh,
to.
crazy.
Yeah, it looks pretty hectic.
Oh, that's so hectic.
But
Oh, so
yeah,
like you make a pit in the ground,
yeah,
but
yeah,
then you
yeah,
cover it, and then you actually just cook on what, like sand?
yeah. Like you're cooking this. It's like a earth oven, then, you know.
And who did you go to like a restaurant and do that,
No,
or did like a
it was
bunch of people do it?
post game food. So normally you have
Oh,
to pay
so like
like
the whole
hundreds
team did it.
for it to sort out. But like, yeah, yeah, the whole
The
like
whole
the
team
place
did
we
it.
were at. Yeah, the place we were at
That's
sorted it out for
unreal.
us. So yeah,
Oh
lucky
wow,
I got to have that. Yeah,
wow.
nice.
So that game, was that in Hamilton, or did you go? Did you go somewhere
That was
for it?
in. Oh, it's on my Insta. Follow me, RSS Podcast. No, it's on my Insta. Te Awa Mutu Sports Rugby Club.
Okay,
So
I
just
have no
out. So
idea where that
still
is.
in the Waikato area,
Okay.
I think.
Oh, okay. Nice. And when does the season kick off? Because they're in preseason at the minute, right?
Yeah. So next week.
I'm just zooming out on the maps to see where you actually that is. Well, Hamilton's kind of in the middle, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, I see. Oh, Auckland's up there. Oh, I see. Oh, it's on that. Oh, it's on that island. Unreal. That's so cool. So like the whole team was. It seems like a pretty cool community that you're in.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to think I've only been there 2.5 days. Um, it's definitely going to be an experience of a lifetime. I'm so glad that I did this. I can't imagine if I actually turned it down.
Yeah, yeah.
That'd have been
Oh,
a
just
very
like
silly
just the
decision.
things you'll learn, the people that you'll meet. Obviously, all the team and stuff, but getting to know them and who knows what happens after. Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh, should be good, mate. I love. Yeah. No, it's going class. It's going really good. But yeah, no, it's exhausting. I can't lie. I went to bed. When did I go to bed yesterday? Like tried my hardest to stay up. This is the latest I've stayed up so far in New Zealand, and it's only 8:30.
Yeah.
I've been going to bed at
So
like
it's
8,
9:30.
7.
It's 9:30 here, so you're 11 hours ahead. That's good.
Yeah,
Mental note.
yeah,
11
yeah.
hours.
Literally, my laptop's
Yeah.
still got UK time, so it's nice to, you know,
It
mate.
actually works pretty well as well, 11 hours, because like that's still pretty reasonably easy to do stuff. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
Like it's the beginning of my day. Like I might just have to get up a little bit earlier, or you might have to stay up just a little bit later. But it's not like 2 in the morning when it's
yeah,
good time for me. You know what I mean?
yeah. That's the thing. It works out all right because it's like at both ends of the day, for either of
Yeah.
us. So it's good in that sense. But yeah.
Speaking
Mate.
speaking of 11 hours, I was at uni for 12 hours yesterday. Long days.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Sorry. There you go. I've just realised why I couldn't hear you that well because I was covering only
You
one
didn't
ear.
have your headphones on.
Mate, it's tired hours. How come you were there for 12 hours?
Just work. Just work. I'm working through my lit review at the minute. So I got my annual review coming up on August 22nd.
Oh,
And I
yeah,
have
yeah.
to have this like the 10,000 word report, and part of that is a lit review on like plantar flexion, the plantar flexors, their anatomy, their function, torque
Okay.
velocity relationship, torque length
Yeah.
or torque joint relationship, angle relationship, all this kind of stuff. Stretch shortening cycles and like the physiology behind it, and then how it relates to running. And then I go into like plantar flexor assessment and all that kind of stuff. And so I'm working on that right now. And it's just long. And then also I'm still in the lab. So I had a participant last night. So I got out of the lab like around 9 or so.
Jesus.
9 p.m. yesterday. Yeah, it's not bad. It's just long, and
Yeah.
to be fair, like the writing, I actually don't mind it. I quite enjoy it. It's just the getting into it that takes a while, and then also it's like the amount of references that I have right now. So I'm right now I'm like the last couple of days I've just been going through um all of the comments that my supervisor gave me on this one section. So like anatomy and a bit of the function section. And so I'm going through that and I'm adding references and then I'm like and he said, "Oh, it'd be good to kind of expand on this topic a bit." So okay. So I go find a couple papers, read up on it a bit, add a couple sentences. So like for every, 3 sentences, it's like 5 different references.
Yeah. Jesus.
So like 2 days ago, I think I probably downloaded like 20 papers or something like that. And then yesterday, I probably downloaded about the same as well. And then I still have all the other papers that I had before that. So,
Jesus.
and then it's like trying to keep it all together. Like, where are the papers? If I need to find it, like right before I went into the lab yesterday, I wrote a sentence. I forgot what I was writing about. Maybe like the torque velocity relationship.
Yeah.
I think. And then so like I know it, and so I like wrote out a sentence. And I was like, nice, boom, and I was like, oh, where did I read that? It's like I've read that today. I know I've read that today.
Yeah.
But what paper was it? And I did the mistake of like of when I first drafted this section of not referencing right away, or at least not like typing in the reference so I know where I got it from, so that when I actually put it all together, like I know what paper it's from.
Yeah.
So I'm just reading what I wrote, and then I'm having to find like the references for it.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
it's long days, because some of them are a little obvious, or I just remember because I've read that paper quite a bit, or I've like referenced it quite a bit, and I know very specifically where it's from. But there's a lot where it's like I think I have probably 15 papers just on like the torque velocity angle relationship of muscle.
Sounds sick.
So it's like, oh, like what what paper is it from? It's the good thing is like a lit review, it just forces you to really get into the literature and then actually use what you read to form your ideas. So I feel like the last like 3 days when I've really just been reading, I've actually like Gesundheit. I've actually like because I think before the PhD or at the start of the PhD, I was just reading, but I wasn't using it. So I don't know. It's just different when like you read and then you have to use it. But not only that paper, but you use it from like, oh, but I read this in this paper. Oh, but I read that in that paper. How does that go or contradict to what this paper says? And then you're writing it all out, and then you're like, oh, but why does it contradict each other? It's like, oh, well, and then you take a deeper look into like the methods or or the participant. So it's like, oh, okay, well maybe, and then you got to write a sentence of like, oh, but like the contradicting results might be because this paper looked at like cadaver studies, and it's like, so that's an important note, like actually this paper was from cadaver studies, so maybe that's why like the pination angle is different when this study that looked at like healthy males showed this. But then you got to think, but also like that obviously using like the live people, they use ultrasound, which maybe isn't that reliable. So like more work has to be done to make sure that what we're getting from that compared to the cadaver study, even though it's like more valid in because we're interested in, or I am interested in living people, than a study using cadavers of people like 85 years old and untrained, and the differences like of muscle architecture that happens with that. So it's just like there's all these papers going on, but I think like it's like cemented a lot of knowledge. And then it's just like realizing it's like I think I've got it figured out. I just need like one more paper to to really be able to kind of pull this section together, and then you find 10 papers that just contradict everything that you've just they figured out.
Mate, fair play.
Yeah.
Fair play. That sounds hectic.
A bit hectic, yeah, but I'm actually pretty happy with how it's coming together. And like I said, it forces you to really dive into the literature because you need to write about it. And also, like, I feel like up until now, nobody's really checking your references, you know? So I think in your undergrad and maybe master's, you'd have a sentence like, this causes this, and you need a reference for it. Right? You can't just say it. You need a reference for it. So you find a paper that in the title says, this affects this. And you're like, boom, reference, next. You know? And you don't actually read the paper. Or you read the abstract and you're like, we found this. Bosh. In next. Where now it's like, I need to really know it. Because maybe not in my annual review, but maybe in my second one, or a conversation, or then especially in my Viva at the end, like, somebody might ask, why did you use that reference there? Or they'll check the reference and be like, oh, that's interesting, let's read this paper, you know? And if I've totally waffled it, like, I can't just waffle it. I need to know why I used that reference, you know? And be able, and because maybe it comes back, well, sure, it showed that, but that was in, like, I don't know, rats. Or maybe that wasn't a cadaver study, or maybe they used, like, not great methods, so it doesn't really fit in that way. And I just I could maybe still use it, but I need to know why I've used it. So it's slow going. It's slow going, but it's actually pretty good, actually.
Yeah, mate. Look at us, broken.
Yeah. No. So what do you got tomorrow? Sunday over there. Is that like an off day?
Yeah, so it's an off day. So I'm probably going to spend half the day catching up on everything, doing some stuff at TJ's, just catching up on life stuff. I might go golfing. Just go,
Golfer now.
Nice. Always. I'm going to start my own club.
Is there
Golf
range
Club.
pretty close, or what?
Yeah, there is. So I might go there depending on how I'm feeling. I might go for a run actually. Mate, if I'm feeling better, I will.
You must not be feeling well if you're talking about going for a run.
I know.
Maybe hit a Bronco and see how your scores stand up to the TJ guys.
Not even the TJs. I saw some of the Waikato blokes or some of the Chiefs guys.
Oh yeah, but that's nuts. Do one now, and then do one in 3 months' time.
Yeah, true. Jeez.
You know?
Actually, I might actually. There's a field right outside my place. It's the stadium. I don't know if I've mentioned it. But quite soft ground. I might be more springy on the field. But yeah, no, I'll have a think. I might not do it. I don't know actually. I'll have a think. But
what's the biggest thing? What's the biggest thing so far, difference-wise, that you've noticed?
Just the resources that just with great resources comes great responsibility. Now, with the resources, you can just get so much more out of everything. The big thing is that they don't do warm-ups in the sense like the S&C coach doesn't lead any sort of mobility or anything, because he said, mate, they get taught it young, then when they grow up they do it. Then it saves me time, it saves them time. If they know how to warm themselves up, then we don't need to do it so big in the warm-up. Like speed prep, they just do it. They've got individuals for 10 minutes once they get on that field, and that's when they do it what they want to do. So it's their time to focus on that. I was like, oh, fair. That's
interesting. That reminds me of what Tom was talking about, Tom Swales, when we interviewed him, and he said, like, my job is just to get you self-sufficient. So like,
100%.
And obviously the S&C coach didn't do that, but somebody else did, like, made them self-sufficient, know what they need to do, and then obviously saves the S&C coach time. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so now they can literally just get into a proper, like, rugby warm-up instead of focusing on any speed stuff. So it's something I've learned so far, but we'll continue to learn. But yeah. Oh, it's cold here as well.
Oh yeah, because it's just like
It's winter.
it's winter, isn't it? Poor timing. That's funny. And you're gonna be leaving just as spring hits as well.
Oh, and what weather will be like in England when I get back? It'll be
Long
October, so it'll be
days.
winter. Sweet. So I'm having a year-long winter. Sick. Love it.
It's not all sunshine and rainbows over there.
Yeah. Jeez. Ain't
No,
no
it's unreal.
sunshine when she's gone. But yeah, that's everything I've got. Not gonna lie, from my side of things.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds unreal. Yeah. Nice. Good. Well, yeah, if you're interested in following us, we would love you to follow us as we kind of go along this journey in the summertime, obviously, and beyond that. If you're following along, we really appreciate it. And we hope you enjoy what we get to put out in the summer. Obviously, go follow us on Instagram, RSS Podcast on Instagram. Go follow us on YouTube as well. We'll be dropping this. Hopefully dropping some more stuff over the summer as well. We've got some interviews lined up from stateside interviewees, and stateside, I mean UK side. But who knows, maybe we'll get a couple interviews out as well from down under, which would be unbelievable.
Yeah, 100%.
But we'll just have to see how that goes. But yeah, for now, we'll see you in a couple weeks, at least on here. Between now and then, make sure you follow us on Instagram, follow us on YouTube, get involved. Let us know what you think about the podcast. Matt, take us out.
This is the RSS Podcast. We're out.